Happy Saturday. How's everybody doing?
Great.
You feeling good?
Yeah.
You ready for the new year?
Yes.
All right, awesome. First, I just really want to thank everybody for coming today, because it does take all of us to show up to be here in order to celebrate Spirit as a community. And I really want to thank Tony here at the Gateway. This is the Gateway, yes? Yeah. And I want to thank Tony because he has been so gifting in allowing us to have this space once a month to hold our service. Now, what's really great, there's actually an email list sign up. If you sign up on the email list, you'll actually be on the Gateway email list. They have so many events here with so many other amazing light workers. Everything from chakras to healing to past life, everything you can imagine, they hold here. So you can get on the mailing list, and then you can also join their meetup page. Both of them allow you to kind of get the latest updates of everything that's going on here. Okay? Awesome. And one last thing is there's a Facebook page called Colby's Spiritual Community. That lets you know if I'm doing anything as part of this. You can follow up. And we also have a meetup group. So join us, all right? I'd love to have you guys be a part of it. What I want to do is start off with a message from Spirit. You sometimes find yourself lost. Lost in who you are. Lost in what you want to be. Lost in the idea of needing to be. Always searching for something. Always looking outside of yourself for someone to tell you what's inside. You search to find meaning, your path, your purpose. But your purpose is to simply be you. By accepting who you already are, be forgiving of what you think you should be. For everything you need to be, you already are there. There is no becoming. There is only embracing. Embracing your power. Embracing your connection with us. And trusting in us. For our connection is always with you. You are not lost. You are found. Your only purpose is to love. Love yourself. Love others. Love life. Through your power, through your love, you will find everything that you have ever searched for. And you realize that this was your path all along. To look not to someone else, but to the wonderful power and source within yourself. You are source. You are one with Spirit. You are unique, amazing, and such a gift. Embrace the gift of being. Embrace the connection you have with yourself, for once you do, you will see that we were one all along. Thank you. Here's my daily talk, channeled on little post-it listed notes. Sometimes Spirit doesn't want to wait. So I received news this week that I have a stepdad. It's definitely a complicated story. I'm one of those kids, right? But I received news this week that he has 2 weeks to live, and and it's difficult. That's a difficult thing. What if you didn't have the perfect relationship with someone, and how do you deal with that passing? Because it's a human life. It's a person that will transition. So that really inspired today's talk that I wanted to go into. I want to take a minute to talk about how we get so wrapped up in our life that we forget about loss and forget about what that means. We may hear the passing of a friend or a grandparent, a neighbor, or even a pet. And we think, oh, that's sad, so sad for them. But do we stop and really take a moment to process what that really means, to allow us to absorb it? Do we take a moment to connect with them soul to soul? Did we have a chance prior to their passing to say goodbye? Or did our life get in the way? What if you had a chance to take a moment to sit with them, either in spirit or in person? What would you say? What would they say? What if they had words for you that could change your life? What if it changed how you felt about them? And what if it was someone that you just didn't have a strong relationship with? Would you be able to connect, forgive, and be that in that moment for them as a human spirit? Or what if it was someone really close to you, someone you love with all of your fiber and all of your being? Do you find yourself detaching in the moment, or do you find yourself being present in the moment? What if the healing starts when they're still living? We take life for granted. We really do. We get so wrapped up in who stopped in front of us, and what do we have to do, and where am I going with my career, and am I making enough money? I'm definitely not making enough money. You know what I mean? Should I take the job? I hate my job. This noise in the neighbors driving me crazy. All this stuff. But you're breathing. Everybody, take a moment. Take a breath. That is a miracle. And you have a gift each and every time you have the opportunity to do that. It all starts with a breath, and it all ends with a breath. We become spirit, and we return to spirit. Many of us have this beautiful gift that we can talk to those that have crossed over. But how many times do we stop to talk to those that are still here? Let's not wait to tell someone how much we love them, or admire them, or even forgive them. I wrote this book. Hug your dog or cat. Or your kid. And it's literally in that order. Notice how dog is first. And in fact, I probably should have said hug your husky dog. That's all right. I love all animals. Kids, no, I'm just kidding. Actually, no, they're awesome. What I'd love for you to do right now, without really the need to get up, just take a second. I want you to lean over and hug your neighbor. Give your neighbor a hug right now. I don't care if you know them or not. Give them a hug. Thank you.
Hey.
Because in the end, that human connection is really what it's all about. So, thank you. Speaking of dogs and cats, our expert today, so each month we have an expert, hand-selected. We'll have someone volunteer on a topic, and I'll say, that sounds like a really great topic, or I may reach out to someone I know is an expert in a topic, because I think it's really great to expand on other areas of this work, so that maybe something you haven't been introduced to, you get a moment to get a little nibble of it. Ooh, that sounds great. Ooh, I didn't even know that was out there, okay? So today, it's about animal communication. So that is our topic for today. And I am super excited. Actually, I will say this particular person, she is a medium, and she was supposed to give messages, and I asked her if she wouldn't mind giving the talk on animal communication because I believe so strongly in her gift with it. So without further ado, I would love to introduce you to Cate Coffelt. Oh, that would be for the song. It will be for the song. I'll do it. Yeah, go do your talk.
Do I need the mic? Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Cate Coffelt with Cate Communicates, and as Colby mentioned, I am a psychic medium. And as a psychic medium, I provide psychic and medium readings, but I also provide animal communication services. So I'm really excited to talk about animal communication. So thank you, Colby, for offering this opportunity. And also, I want to just publicly thank Colby for the time and effort she dedicates each month to make sure this happens. And it's an absolute blessing that we can be here once a month and grow and meet together as a spiritual community. So thank you. So just real quick, who has used an animal communicator before by show of hands? Okay, good. I don't have a backup speech, so. Today I want to cover what you basically look for in an animal communicator and the different types of services. So obviously we want to find an animal communicator that is honest, ethical, trustworthy, all right? Best way to do that is referrals. If you do get a referral, find out more information. How did the session go? Would the person rehire the animal communicator? What was the outcome? If you don't have the ability to have a referral, do some research. Check out the websites. How do you resonate with the animal communicator's photo? Do you like them or not? If you do like them, check out their testimonials. Do their testimonials contain information that demonstrates how the animal communicator actually helped them? Right? Did the animal communicator provide validation? And I'm going to mention validation for a specific reason. I am absolutely shocked at how many clients of mine will share with me after a reading that their animal communicator did not validate that they've connected with the animal. That's fine, but I would ask the question, how do you know that that message is coming indeed from your pet? So something to think about. And then obviously, when you're looking for an animal communicator, you want to make sure that they provide the service you need. And the services I've categorized basically in 3 different categories. And I do this because each reading is slightly different. The process looks a little different. So with an animal communication reading, that is very similar to a psychic reading where I would be tapping into you one-on-one. That's what the animal communicator is doing with the animal. They are connecting telepathically with the animal one-on-one. They may receive information, they may see things, they may hear, feel things that the animal is sharing with them, okay? And the reason you would use this type of service could vary. One of the most popular reasons is perhaps you're having a health issue with your animal, you've gone to your veterinarian, and you're just not getting the outcome you want. This would be an excellent time to connect with an animal communicator. But make sure that this person has a background in addressing health issues or sharing information about health issues around your animal. And please know, the animal communicator is not a veterinarian and cannot provide a diagnosis, okay? So remove that expectation. Some of the other reasons for an actual animal communication reading would be looking at behavioral issues. You know, maybe Fido's peeing on the carpet. The animal communicator can actually tap into the animal, learn where that behavior started, why it's happening, and what that animal needs from you or others in order to move into more positive behaviors. Still other reasons, I've had clients call me because they've adopted an animal. They simply want to know the history of their pet because their pet might not be adjusting as quickly as they had hoped. So this way they can learn what the animal needs to move into their new home more peacefully and more quickly. And then other reasons, believe it or not, horse shows, agility trials, dog shows, animal communicators are hired for those purposes to find out what the animal needs to win that blue ribbon. Okay. Then I have another category, it's pet mediumship, and that's where the animal communicator will actually connect with your pet from the other side. So the key point with this type of reading is to make sure that the animal communicator is also a medium. Very important, okay? If you do have the expectation of just connecting with one pet only, I would probably not go for that reading, because sometimes the animal communicator can or cannot connect with that pet on the other side. It's really up to the animal if they want to share a message with you, okay? Your best bet in this area would just go for a regular psychic medium reading and hopefully, set the intention that your pet would come through. Then the last category, and I place this in a separate category, it's lost pets. This is near and dear to my heart. This process looks slightly different for several different reasons. With a lost pet, timing is of the essence, as well as this reading can go any direction. Unfortunately, it can move immediately into a pet medium reading. But if not, and the animal is not too afraid, the communicator can actually connect with the animal telepathically, but other communicators can also remote view in. So remote viewing is another psychic skill, if you will, where the communicator can actually see where your pet is at. Okay, so the pet will be able to share the information. For example, maybe they're sitting in front of a 2-story blue house that has white trellis with roses going up the trellis. That's pretty specific, and that is very helpful when you're trying to collect information to help you reunite with your pet. Now, with the success stories I've had with lost pets, the pet parents have really been diligent and tenacious in finding their animal. It's a team effort, okay? So what you're really doing when you engage with an animal communicator is partnering with them to collect information. They're not there to necessarily find your pet, but to provide you data that'll lead you to your pet, okay? And one thing I would, hopefully you never have to face this, but if you do, I would ask that you engage with an animal communicator as soon as you can. The sooner the better. Talk to everybody you know, even stranger getting in the car. Have you seen my dog? Have you seen my cat? Write that data down. Compare it to the data that the animal gave you, and chances are probable that you could reconnect with your pet. Okay. I knew I threw a lot of information out there very quickly, so I wanted to leave room or time for 1 or 2 questions. Does anybody have a question about animal communication? Yes?
Given that when you're talking to human that's passed or human that's lost, and obviously you understand the spoken language, what is the form of communication that you get from an animal? Is it more sensation, or is it a certain kind of animal communication that you as a specialist can interpret? How is it?
Yeah, every animal communicator works differently. For the most part, they connect to the animals telepathically, and the information comes similarly as a medium would receive information. For me, I do see things in great detail. I hear names, numbers, streets, whatnot. I also feel the sensation of the animal, but a lot of the times for me, when I'm connecting with a pet, I actually see through the animal's eyes, especially in a lost pet reading. Did that answer your question? Okay. Yes?
Do they tell you if they are ready to die?
Yeah. Yes. Sometimes they do. And I have to be very careful with the information I share. I always check to see if the client wants to know everything. Most cases they do. But I also have to, hone in on my senses to see if that's the information I need to share. I always check with my angels with that. But they do.
Would it be like a fish, birds, reptiles as well, or just the dogs? Like a fish, birds, reptiles, or just the dog?
Oh no, I've located birds, reptiles. A soul is a soul to me, and
So
that's how I connect.
Any animal.
Any animal. Yes, that's correct. Any other questions? No. Oh,
That's a quick question. Relative to the remote viewing, does that require participation on the pet's part? Or is that
yes,
just-
yes, yeah. The pet has to be, I usually will go in, and most animal communicators will carefully with a lost pet, because most of the time they're very frightened, and I usually pick up on that sensation. So it takes this type of reading. Some animal communicators will charge, some won't, but this type of reading does take an longer period of time, because you have to sit with the animal and reassure them that you're there to help them. So, okay, well, that's my time, unfortunately. If you have any more questions, you can find me on catecommunicates.com. That's Kate with a C. Thank you so much. You've been all lovely.
All right, was that helpful?
Yeah.
Did you like that? Okay, great. What we're gonna do now, listen, here's the deal. Let's just, well, what's gonna happen is gonna happen. I'm gonna play a song. Now, in the car, it decided would stop halfway. In here, it played the whole way. I'm not sure what's gonna happen in this moment. So if it stops, we're just gonna say we're not supposed to hear the whole thing, all right? We're just gonna go with it. What I'd like to do, this is actually gonna be a moment of your meditation song. It is not your typical meditation song, but then again, it's not your typical kind of service either, right? So go with it. But I was so inspired by this song that I just felt all of you would really love it as much as me, really. Because all of us go through we all have bumps, right? We have bumps in the road, and it just sometimes they feel like really big setbacks, and we're not really sure how to stay optimistic maybe sometimes, or we really try to stay optimistic, but, right? So, yet you're still here, and you still fight, and you never give up, ever, and that's why I wanted to play this song. Let's see if Spirit wants to play it with us. So take a moment, close your eyes, and just enjoy it.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we can walk it out. Move mountains, we can walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll
like that song?
Beautiful.
Right? It's like Andra Day. So I just thought it was so. I was like, yeah, yeah. I had it on like repeat, singing through the house, and I was like, I'm gonna make them sing it. And then I thought, well, that's not gonna go well. So how about meditation? But that doesn't mean you're getting out of singing. Oh yeah. I got another little song. So what's nice about singing before the mediumship begins, it raises vibration. So it raises your vibration, and it also will help the mediums kind of just connect and keep that vibration strong for all of us. Plus it's fun, right? All right, so what I'm gonna do is you're gonna have to share. There's only 25 of these and like a lot of you. So just take one, and if you're with a group, just try to be sharing, okay? Here you go. We'll just pass them down here. You guys, you're gonna have to share. Everybody needs to sing. Yeah, there you go, great.
In the middle, you want to hold it? Yeah, sure.
Wow. Yeah, do you like this one? Thanks, Ray. Is it? All right.
It's big print, thank goodness.
It's good because you printed it big.
Yeah.
I tried to. Huh? Yeah. I'll just wait till make sure all of them are passed out first. No, they're good. So, like, there's too many here. Y'all need to share.
Rod Stewart.
That's smart.
Thank you. There you go. Awesome, thanks. Okay, so if everybody will stand up, you're going to stand up and sing. And you can shut that if no one needs to. Woo! See, doesn't that feel good? Right? We all sound so much better as a group, don't you? And Susan over there, I don't know if you had a little fan or not, but you look like you were in the middle of an 80s auto rock band video. Hair's blowing, singing Rod Stewart. I was like... All right, so now's the time where we're going to get some messages from Spirit. Who's ready for messages from Spirit? All right. So the way it's going to work is we're going to have, we have 4 mediums that come up, and we're going to start with the medium, and they're going to connect to your loved ones. Now, here's the thing. You actually have to own your loved one. All right? You got to say, yeah, that one's mine. All right, and then even if you can relate to the information or some of it, but maybe not all of it, I want you to still raise your hand. The medium's going to kind of know which one it is. All right, so enjoy. The first person that I would like to bring up, she's just a God-given light. I mean, and that's literally exactly what she is, a God-given light. And you will see that when she comes up. She will radiate this love and this kindness and this level of compassion. And it is just so healing. And so it's kind of like she's connecting to your loved ones, yet you're also getting a healing in the process. So it's a beautiful experience, and I do hope all of you will be open and enjoy it just as much as I love seeing her work. Karen Anderson.
Thank you, Colby. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
The energy in here is hot. Anybody warm like myself? Yeah. First of all, I'm going to definitely echo what both Cate and Colby said about connection and about your heart and about breathing. You know, most often we shallow breathe. We don't really take in that breath of life. So if everyone can put their hands on their heart, this is the core of you, literally the core of you. This is really the only chakra. If we weren't in the human body, that would be necessary. It connects us to spirit, connects us to our God self, or our goddess self. Feel that heartbeat. You feel that? That's the same rhythm of the universe. It's the same rhythm that brings your spirit alive, brings your loved ones near to you, your animals, your guides. Feel that pulse. And that's what we're going to all do today. Everybody taking a deep breath. Feel that. Music is a huge connector to spirit. It is. And when I woke up this morning, I promise I won't sing for you, because you'll be running out of this room. My dad did that. But I will hearken the songs that I heard this morning. This beautiful soul that's coming forward is a male energy, and he took me back to the 60s. I want to say that he loved 60s music. He loved the song he gave me, Imagine You and Me. And me, you have to talk, okay, you got it. So Happy Together, that's a song he did. And then he went into Steppenwolf, Magic Carpet Ride. And then he showed me Easy Rider movie. So to me, he loved the 60s or the 70s. He loved that kind of vibration. I feel he was a motorcycle, either loved motorcycles or connected to that kind of energy. Does anybody connect?
I just drove motorcycle.
You just drove him here? You drove one here? Wow. Do you connect as well?
I do.
Okay. I feel that this man, he's saying live, ride, or how do you say that? Ride to live, live to ride? Was this, do you have, okay.
Yeah.
Your father?
Yeah.
I feel that
Me.
this is, you too?
Yeah,
Okay.
just me. Like that's how.
I'm hearing the song You Are Not Alone by Michael Jackson. Do you feel alone in your life right now? Do you, sweetheart, since you okay? I feel, I want to say I can't breathe very well. I feel that the, okay. Sweetheart. Sorry. Okay. When I breathe out, it's because I feel it. First of all, I'm so sorry. And your father is here as well because they connect. They came in the room together. I also feel that he's saying to me, you are a light, you are a spark, and live free. He says that you're like falling off the face of the earth. Do you understand? But if you fall off, we're on a round globe. You're just going to come right back up. You're not going anywhere. He's pretty funny in his delivery, but he wants you to know this isn't funny about my crossing because there's a big void in your heart. There's a big loss. The motorcycle, was this something that he enjoyed doing or that you enjoyed doing?
It's me.
It's you. Okay, because I feel like caution, caution, caution. You go into meditative state. I feel he's showing me that you go and you zone out and you, I don't know how I got here. The hum of the engine, the wind in your face kind of a feel. You've got to pay attention. He's saying, because others aren't watching and you need to watch. He said, step back into life. You felt a definite void since I've left, of course, but he says you haven't lived. You haven't ride to live, live to ride feel. Does this resonate with you? I feel stomach and chest area. Is this correct? Okay, I feel like it was hard for him. It was long enduring. I feel like his pride went down the hill as his health did. Do you understand? Because he was a robust person or big as life type of person. Does this resonate with you? Okay, I feel like, are you in study or do you want to learn something, school something, be schooled in something? Because he's showing me books, like in classroom. Is there something that you want to learn? Because he's behind it 1,000%.
More spiritual.
Spiritual.
Yeah.
Okay, he says you're on the right path, the right teacher, because I feel like you're looking for a mentor or a teacher to really guide you personally. He said that's coming for you. You've asked and it's given. He's also saying you're in the right group of people because we're all searching on some level for that peace within. He's also showing me flowers. I want to say particularly roses. I feel like a rose garden or the smell of roses. Does this resonate with you? He's also showing me jewelry or bead, not beads, but like a, help me, sir. Like a ritualistic type necklace or beadery, if you will, that he's handing to you. Is this something in the family, an heirloom? Do you understand what he's talking about?
Well, I have Peruvian beads, and I want to go to Peru, so I might.
Are these things you pray with, intention with? Or see like it's an intention
Yeah.
you make? Yes, he's saying each time that you pass through a bead or an intention, he wants you to know it's yours. Don't second guess, don't doubt, believe in you more than anything. He's saying that you've kind of caved in on yourself. Do you understand? He needs you to shine like a beautiful flower opening to the sun. He really wants you to see the brilliance of yourself. I feel like when he passed, part of you did as well. And it's understandable. your father?
No,
It's your
actually, I feel
father.
like, yeah, for me it's more like masculine energy.
Yes.
It's not necessarily male.
Okay.
But the energy.
So working with the male energy would be like provision for yourself, providing things for yourself and being that static that creates. In the universe, father is static, mother is glue. So in other words, get things shaking and then the universe will hold it together. I want to come to you and I want to say to you that your father, you are the apple of my eye. You are the apple of my eye. I couldn't have picked a grander child. I may not have known that in the moment or shared that or expressed that to the degree that I would have loved to, but I do this now. And I do feel heart, lung, and I want to say thoracic cavity. Not what took him over, but was part of the illness or part of the suffering on earth. Does this make sense to you?
It's hard, yeah.
His heart, okay. His heart was broken many, many times over and over and over through life, and he didn't know how to let it go, let it go. He was a healer, he was an empath. So he understands now differently. He's talking about, are you going through school? Are you going through school or something with learning?
I have a nonprofit and I go into schools.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. He's behind you. He's like the wind behind you, blowing you forward. Doors are going to open for you this year. Many, many doors, and lots of money and support. I'm going to leave you both with that, and blessings. I'm going to go back on the idea of a teacher. I have an older woman here. And I hate to say older, because then when I say that to spirit, they go, I wasn't that old. Oh, come on. You know. So I'm going to say an older woman, but someone that loved teaching. She was someone that enjoyed children. She showed me ABC, so they were younger kids. Does anybody relate to this? In the back? Okay, did this female, was she, hang on just a minute, did she from many, many years in the same district? For you guys, many, many years in the same district? Okay. Anybody else? Okay. You as well? Kids were her passion. She, in other words, she didn't go to work just to get the paycheck. She went to work to be with the children because of the spark, the divine energy, the joy. And she helped a lot of children through her career who were suffering like they didn't have the love at home. Does this make sense to any of you? She would nurture, very much a nurturer. Does that make sense to you back there? Okay, over here. So was it K through 8? K through 8, okay. Okay. She didn't want to leave Earth. Does this make sense to you? She was passionate about staying. She didn't want to go, but she knew the time had ran out. And she wants to let you know that she'll always be around you in everything that, I feel a female, but an older female. Was this your grandmother? Is this a grandmother energy to you or an aunt? Feeling, I don't feel mother. It's over here? Okay, so this is not your grandmother? Okay. All right, grandmother? Oh, grandmother? Okay, wow, all right. Okay, this is the job of, how much time do I have? 1 minute, okay, well in 1 minute, whatever feels to your heart, please take in. She is so thrilled and proud of the academically that you've schooled yourself in life. She could not be prouder of both of you, especially I want to come to you in the back. I feel like you've really taught so many people yourself. You're a great teacher, spiritual teacher. Does this resonate with you? She's very grateful for the step you took in to serve spirit or to serve mankind or womankind, God's children. Does this make sense to you? She's throwing to you gold coins. That means abundant year. It's going to be very abundant for you. Same for you as well. She says, claim it, claim it. But she's so grateful that to watch you in action, both of you. And I'm going to come to you. She says, you're going to travel. You're going to do a lot of travel coming up. And so pack light, she's telling me, because you don't need a lot wherever you go. You just need your heart and the beaming energy of yourself. I'm going to leave with that with both of you and to you as well. God bless. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sarah.
We're going to just pass around the bowl. It's just a suggested $5 donation. It really just does help pay the rent and the cost to kind of promote the service, okay? Next, our next medium, I love this girl because she brings, she's so genuine and she's so evidential, but she also brings this really funny side to the other side, which I also love. And I think it gives it a whole meaning of really, she really makes you feel that your loved one is with you. That you have no doubt that they're with you. And she's quite phenomenal. She's certified also through Lisa Williams. So I would love to introduce you to Terrie Huberman.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. I do want to thank each and every one of you for coming out. That's very meaningful to me. It's meaningful to all the other mediums. And it also shows spirit that they have somebody to receive their messages, and so yeah, I just think that's super cool. Thank you guys for coming here. Thank you, Colby. I'm really nervous. Okay, let's use those nerves. Okay, let me log in really quick. Awesome. You know, I feel like it's ladies' night here. Yeah. As a matter of fact, thank you very much. I feel like I want to dance seductively. I promise I won't, because that's not pretty. But I feel like there's an exotic part of me that wants to dance and entertain, and it was very important for me to entertain and to make sure that I was approved of. And the interesting thing is I'm really, really shaking. I speak in front of crowds all the time and I don't get really nervous, so this is like very visible, so I'm gonna go with this. So there was a real big sense of me needing approval, and that was one of the reasons why I was doing exotic type of dance, okay? Female, of course. I do feel a headdress, or there was some sort of hat, or even a wig, or my hair wasn't a natural color, okay? And I was very vivacious. Okay, thank you. I'm an entertainer. I feel like there's a connection to Las Vegas, so I could be describing a showgirl. And I feel like I might be on the younger side. I know that's really what is young, but I want to say in the like late teens to late 20s. Can anybody connect with that so far? Maybe. Okay. That's a maybe. Is that a maybe? Okay. I had this sense of needing to get away and travel and be all over the world. I so badly wanted to be noticed. Thank you very much. I came from a family of 3. Okay? And I was the youngest one, so I was always forgotten about. So far, does that? No. Okay. That's great. That's okay. That's okay. It is what it is. Okay, I'm starting to feel like I have stomach issues. There are issues, I feel like I want to say lower bowels. I feel like, okay, thank you very much. Now she's showing me herself in a much older age. So she was able to get, thank you very much, she did become a grandmother. Okay, so, and she's giving me the sensation that I'm having difficulties actually in my lady parts, not so much the bowels, but it's the lady parts, okay? And I'm still feeling Las Vegas. Anybody? Nobody? Okay. And not a you, and not a you. Great. No, that's fine. Well, it doesn't have to be exactly Las Vegas feel, so. Then I'm still kind of with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can take, she was a grandmother, so she eventually became a grandmother. There was a sense of exotic dancing. You can take that. Or needing the attention. You can take that. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you, because that's important for me. So you can take that, because I do feel like I'm more this way. You can even see my body. I'm tending to stand on this side. So we do feel that I'm with you, or at least in this general direction. I feel, thank you very much, I feel like I went through 2 husbands. Does that make any sense to you?
Many lovers.
Many lovers? Well, that's obvious, you know. But I was married twice. Does that make sense to you? Would it make sense to you that I lost a husband? No, that doesn't make sense to you. Okay. And nobody else can take any of this information. I still feel like I'm on this side of the room. No? All right, so let me see if there's a message, because maybe some of you can resonate at least with the message, and then I'm going to move on, because I feel someone else coming through. Woohoo! Okay, so, okay, thank you. So the message that she wants to resonate, she wants to take, so if anybody can take this, go ahead and take it. The message is that it doesn't matter what other people think. As long as you know that you're good in your soul and you feel good, stop needing approval from other people. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave that with all of you. Okay, I have a male stepping through. Okay, this guy's a big guy. All right, he's kind of like, I feel like a mobster-esque. So if he wasn't a mobster, he's like, hey, you know. Yeah, and he's also acknowledging 2. He's giving me 2, and I feel like that 2 is connected with children. So I feel as if he had 2 children. I feel like there's an East Coast connection, and I feel that there was a real big sense of pride in his family. Like his family really meant a lot to him. Can anybody take? You can take that? You possibly? Okay, cool. Anybody this side? Possibly. Okay. I still, you know what? I'm just gonna say, when I say this, just kind of think of connection. It may not be exact, but I feel like there's an Italian connection. Whether it's not necessarily Italy per se, but there is an Italian connection. Do I still have the same people? I have you? But you didn't just raise your hand, did you? No. Okay. The 2 threw you off. That's fine. That's okay. Yeah, I'll leave it. Okay. So there's this connection to and food. He liked food. Now I'm all over the place. And I'm still here. I gotta feel where this is coming out. I gotta feel where this is coming, because I'm all over the place here. Again, I feel drawn to this side. I don't want to discredit you, so just take the information. We'll see, okay? Because the message could also be for you. So, all right. So I do feel like I'm on this side. There's food. There's big families. There's actually, I feel like there was one particular holiday that really meant a lot to him. I feel it was Christmassy. Yeah, Christmas. So am I still, and I'm with you now. Hi, okay. All right, I need more, come closer. Give me some more. I like this guy, his personality is really fun-loving. Like, he would step into a room and everybody would feel him. His presence was very well known. Again, he's talking about being a father. He's talking about being a father and how much it meant to him. And it's like he's going like this to his wife. So he really adored his wife. Am I still I'm with you? Now I'm with you. Oh, you've been with me the whole time? Okay, cool. All right. No, that's fine. Okay. Something about cutting. What is this about cutting? And being very handy with his hands. Does that make sense? That's making sense to you, and that's so, I kind of feel like I'm with you guys. Sorry for taking so long with this, but I want to get this right. I don't want, butchering, thank you. Got it, okay, woo, thanks.
Yeah, butcher.
And you.
My grandfather was an Italian butcher, personality.
And yours too. All right, this is gonna be fun. And I only have like 1 minute left, or 2 minutes, all right.
I'm on a grocery store.
Okay, don't be This is fun. Let's keep it fun. Okay, so he's acknowledging a current situation with a house. Okay, he says that there's concern about purchasing property or purchasing a house. Does that make sense to you? That doesn't make sense to you either. A house coming, what is this about a house? Maybe it's home, not so much a house. Would it make sense to any of you guys that there was trouble in the home and that there needs to be a sense of balance, like there's offness? Does that make sense? To both of you, and you're back. All right. this is like, you guys aren't like connected, right? You guys don't know each other? No. All right. And the East Coast makes sense to you? No. Not to you, because he's feeling really East Coasty. I'm back. Okay. All right. So the home, the trouble in the home. He's talking about trouble in the home being off balance. That makes sense to you? Okay. He wants to acknowledge that it's self-imposed. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you. Almost like there's too much thinking about it. It's being too complicated. It really needs to be easier. That makes sense to you? I like that smile. Okay, that's validation right there. Okay, so he's saying stop making it so complicated. It's not that complicated. It really isn't. There's fact A and fact B, and that's just it. Okay, so that's the message that I'm going to leave with you from him, is just stop making it so complicated. It doesn't have to be that bad. Okay, and is that my time? I think that's my time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Terrie. So, in case you haven't noticed, it's a very female-dominated industry. And, but we do have a token man here today. Exactly. He's gonna take one for the team. He's actually a fantastic medium. I've known him actually for a while now, and really have had the privilege of working with him even at the old place we had at Lisa Williams. And so I was super excited when he reached out and said, let's do it. And I said, okay. Yes, so without further ado, Kevin Coburn.
Wow, thanks. Well, let's see here. It's going to take a second here and tune in. It's hard to follow Karen and Terrie. Terrie's such the entertainment. A bit more reserved, you'll see. So there's all kinds of styles, so you'll see. All right, let's see who's here. Okay, feeling a female approaching me here. Okay, this feels very grandmother energy to me. Okay, she's bringing my stature down here, so she's a bit shorter than I am, and she feels very frail to me. And she gives me this whole feeling of worry. It's like she's known like for spending her life worrying. And she gives me a heavy heart here. Oh, Lord. She lived into her years, but she still wasn't ready. She was going kicking and screaming here. She's giving me some sharp features here. High cheekbones. Her face is a bit drawn. Dark hair, glasses, and she's got some lines here in the. I mean, because she's old, but. She's bringing attention to her cheeks. So there's some. It's like I earned every line. Does this make sense to anyone here at all? No. Okay, ask her to give me something else here. Okay, it's not. Okay, it's still the thin frame. She said she'd like to eat, but you'd never know it because she's so thin. And she showed me an old stove my grandmother used to have. The old white ones there that you pull out it makes that big creaky sound when you open it here. And it's polished. I mean, this is spick and span. Her whole kitchen is spick and span here. Okay. And I feel some ethnicity around her. I feel like there's a bit of an accent here, just a touch. I feel like she was like second generation, so she came here when she was very young. Is that anyone at all here?
I can possibly resonate.
Possible? Okay. 2 possibles maybe, okay. 3 possibles, okay. Let's go here, let's ask her to step in a bit closer here. Okay, she gives me this sense of, I'm nice, but I'm also very opinionated. I won't hesitate on telling you my opinion. But even if there's a little bit of bite to it, it comes across so nice. It's like, thanks for the input. You know, it's like, it's that feeling of like, it's loving, but she could have a little bit of sharpness to her tone the way she dealt with it. You know, maybe, geez, okay, something else here, a little bit more concrete. So I just heard Alibaba. What that means, I have no idea. Okay.
I could take that.
Okay.
Yep. That might,
Maybe.
yeah.
Okay. This is kind of a carnival image, but I'm seeing Zoltan, the old machine there that you put your quarter in, and I'm seeing the big heart moon and stars on it. And I feel like they had, okay, well, this is supposed to be funny, but in a way I feel like she had some intuitiveness in her, and it got passed down. Okay, perhaps, okay, all right. Well, I know that's a gypsy, but I'm hearing gypsy along with it. Okay, okay. And she shows me, this is all really kind of cliche, but I'm seeing the round table with the cards on it, and I'm feeling there's beads here, and I feel like I didn't quite need these, but it helped add effect. It made it more, you know, of an experience for people.
Yeah, I didn't know too much about her, but what you're describing would be in line.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I've got less than 5 minutes, so let's see. She's got a message here. Dogs. You don't remember her that much, but I'm hearing you always talk to dogs when you were a little girl.
Yep.
Okay, I know you're a communicator, but I'm hearing a big dog connection here. And she's saying, like I know there's 3 different things that you do, you're known for, but she wants to nudge the pet stuff up a little bit more. She feels like you feel like that's not as mainstream as mediumship, so you're out to get more client, but she's saying that's all well and good, but there's still a big need for animal communicators, and she's just like pushing it right out there. So she was just own it is what she's telling you. Okay? All right, I'll leave you with that. All right, just a couple minutes. 2 minutes. Okay. Quickies here, let's see. Okay, someone's bouncing around here. I feel like a basketball or something. Okay. Okay, very energetic. This feels teenager to me. Okay. Male or female. Wow. It's such a mix of energy. I just feel teenager around it. I can't tell if it's a girl, it's kind of tomboyish energy here too. Sports, I'm seeing, okay, the skateboard thingy, okay. Rollerblading, I feel I cannot sit still. I'm just full of teen energy here. I'm hearing alienation for some reason.
Allie Mae was her name.
Okay. And I believe I remember how she passed, so I'm gonna say I believe she was on something and got hit very quick. But I'm feeling like it was so quick. Like she's involved with a phone at the same time. I feel like she's immersed in tech or whatever. And she could just tune out the world, and she tuned out a bit. Well, she owns it. she was like, I should have had my act together. And is there a monument or something, a memorial or something for her?
Yes.
Okay. And you're one of her biggest supporters, always was, always will be. And are you behind this monument or a big driving force behind it? Okay. She gives me this energy, sorry here, that she would, I'm kind of teenager who liked physical contact. I feel like I'm like hanging on you. I don't feel like I was one of the, teen energy. I feel like I love my family and I love showing appreciation, and I'm feeling her emotion coming through here. So, oh, just a heartfelt. She's so behind you. She always will be. You know. Okay. She just said don't limit yourself. So I'm not sure how things are going. I know you're out there a lot, so I'm very proud of you for her and for me, because I've seen how far you've come as well. And oh, there's no stopping you. This year is going to be a banner year for you. Okay? I'll leave you with that.
Thank you. Yeah, so the microphone does work, right? He's so soft-spoken. And I'm so loud. Oh my God, you guys, right? I know. But you should hear my family, so I'm actually the quiet one. Our last medium of the day is so brilliant. I mean, she has gone all over the world to train. She donates her time. She is always willing to work and work with a smile and work with those around her, and also a big contributor to our spiritual community. So I would love to end the connection with spirit with Susan Schueler.
I would like to thank Kevin for making me cry right before I get up here. Okay, it was bad enough with the song. I kind of sobbed my way, which was probably why she was seeing me with the fan, because I was like, oh God, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. So how's everybody?
Great.
Oh, good? Okay, good. I'm pulling myself together. All right. So I have a gentleman with me, and he doesn't step forward reluctantly. He steps forward like, I am here. And he's like really into the fact that he is here. So I feel like this man was a big energy, but he was also a very happy energy. He feels like he did grow to be an older man, because he feels, he reminds me of someone who would have like had a receding hairline, a little bigger of a belly. And I do get the impression that this gentleman is the grandfather of someone who is here. And I feel as though you would have had a relationship with this gentleman. I don't feel as though he would have just been somebody that you would have talked about with your family. I'm very drawn to this area right now as I'm talking about him. And he's showing me a mirror, so I want to say that there's a very strong similarity between you and your grandfather. Does this make sense to someone over in this area? Okay, possibly or yes? Possibly. Oh, I'm looking at your son. He's like, what? Okay. Is everything that I say, does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, so you understand what I'm saying. Would this be your grandfather?
Yes.
Okay, because this feels important to me that this would be your grandfather. And was there some sort of name similarity between you and this, like some middle name or something? Is it just feeling like the mirror? So I wouldn't be even surprised if it was that there was a name similarity between you and he.
Not a name similarity, but the mirror I looked a lot like his mother.
Oh, okay. That seems like a stretch for me, but I'm going to try to. Are you? It feels like you're similar to this man. Are you? Do you understand that part of it?
Yes.
Okay. So as long as I. Okay, I'm going to keep going with you, okay? So let me see what else I can. Is it okay that I work with you? Of course. Okay, good. All right, so let's see what else. I do feel that this is a gentleman who you would have played with when you were little. Okay. And I feel as though he would have put you in the princess category.
Yes.
Okay, that's important because I see you, sorry, I see you with a little crown on your head, you know what I mean? And that's just kind of the way that he saw you. But I feel like this was the type of man, he wasn't, and I know this is true for a lot of grandfathers, but I feel like when you communicated with him, he really like got down, communicated on your level, and really like, I'm looking at your eyes right now, I feel like I'm really needing to focus on you. I think that's how he was. Do you understand that? Okay, yeah, because I think that's huge. There are some people who are very present, and he was one of them. Do you understand? Yes. Okay, good. As emotionally available as I think this man was, which I do think he was very emotionally available, is that correct? Yes. All right. I also feel that there was an analytical side to this man, the way his brain worked, all right? And it shows to me like a well-oiled piece of machinery. Do you understand when I say that? Okay, yeah, because he's kind of, the word Renaissance man kind of comes into play. Do you know what I mean when I say that? Okay, it's like he was very emotionally available, but yet he was really analytical and logical. Yeah. Okay, so he was very even with the brain. That makes sense. All right. And I feel like this is where it ties into you. Okay? The one thing I have to say is I also feel he must have been exceptionally dehydrated when he was passing. Do you know that to be true? Right now my tongue is like, and it just feels like there's a connection to him. You don't know that to be true?
I don't know that he had cancer, and so maybe.
Were there medications that he was on? Okay, because that's just something that feels, yeah, important. But I want to go back to you, okay? What he's telling me is you have this strong emotional side and you have this strong logical side, but you do not always let your emotional side run you. Do you understand that? And what he is telling you is you need to allow that to occur more. All right? He's saying, he's showing me with your little princess hat again. He's saying you need to go with the emotion because you are this beautiful heart-centered person, and so much of the time you keep people like this. And he's like, you're cheating others. He's like, you're cheating others of this amazing person that you are. And he's like, he doesn't want anybody to be cheated, and he feels so blessed. I want to cry right now. Like, that's different. I want to cry right now. But I feel like he's just so blessed that you were part of his life. And he doesn't want people to be cheated for the fact of you being part of their life. Do you understand that? Okay, I'm just going to leave you with that. He's just so proud of you. Okay? Still trying to get through the other one there with Kevin. You had to do that to me today. You just had to do that. Okay. I have a lady with me. She does feel as though, notice, it's so interesting how like my energy pulls over here or pulls over here. As I say lady, I get pulled over here, so listen up. So I have a lady with me, and there's a lack of a traditional feeling with her, even though she was an older woman, all right? I'm hearing, one of the things that I have a lot of show tune references, I'm embarrassed to admit it, but yes, I love show tunes. And I'm hearing Modern Millie, which is from a musical, I think. Thank you. Okay, so I think this person was a bit of before their time. I want to say that, I don't know if this person was a card-carrying feminist, but I do think that they would have been a little more progressive than the other ladies during their time. I also feel, just with the fact that my throat is doing that this person may have overused their throat chakra a little bit. So perhaps they were the type of person who spent too much time, how else to say this? Sometimes they would just bulldoze over people. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? You know, not in a mean way at all. I'm drawn to you. Does this make sense to you? No? Anyone in this immediate area here? Possibly? Okay. I feel it's important that I say that this person used their vocal cords to hurt. Oh, this doesn't sound right. Sometimes they would hurt others, and they didn't mean to hurt others, but with the way that they would say things. Do you understand that? No. Okay. This is important, so I know I'm right. Okay, possibly. And possibly over there. Okay, I want to find out what the... This doesn't feel like a mother. This feels more like a grandmother type, but I don't feel like she was an actual grandmother of the person who's here. No? Oh, darn it, okay.
you know, Susan, a lot of what you're saying is making sense.
Oh, I know this person though.
But it's not, it's like so close.
Okay, and I know the person that you're talking
Yeah.
about. It doesn't feel like her.
Okay.
It doesn't feel like her. Okay. You're saying a lot of it makes sense? Okay, the one thing that I feel that's very important about this is the fact that this person would sometimes step on other people's toes and not mean to. Do you understand that? Okay. Yeah, this was like a...
Her, I'm not supposed to say anything. to
Right,
her, right?
okay, yeah, but that does make sense.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And would I be correct in saying that this person's not your grandmother, but she was an older woman that you may have known like that?
Can I say? She was a grandmother, but she didn't act like a grandmother. And her own
Okay, maybe
kids-
that's why she's coming through like this, because this
Yeah.
woman does not
No,
feel like...
she was like, she would actually sign her card. Can I say something?
No, let me
So yeah, it
tell you.
sounds good.
Okay, but there's the modern whole
Very
thing to her.
modern.
Okay,
Like
okay.
50 years ahead of our time.
Am I done, Colby?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay. Because I don't feel like I'm here. I do feel that's, I think I kind of went with you. It does feel more like this. Let me step back because I don't want to psychically connect. But I feel like you had a good relationship with this person.
Excellent.
Okay, it does. It feels like there was a tightness
Awesome.
between, yeah, and I feel like once again there's a little bit of similarities. All right? Okay, she's, whether or not you'll owe up to it, she's saying that this is so. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
sorry,
cool,
okay.
good.
And I do feel that she didn't, like there wasn't a sudden passing, it was just sort of a slow kind of, she just kind of drifted away. And I do feel that that was challenging for her because she always feels like she was very kind of in control of herself. And at the end, it feels like that was hard. And is there some reason that I would be feeling a tenderness in here? Was there a stroke or something? I don't want to ask, sorry. Okay, I'm feeling like a special tenderness right here. Would you understand that?
I don't
know.
have enough information about that part, that
Okay.
passing part, to say yes or
Okay.
no.
Yeah, but it was a slow,
Mhm.
yeah, okay. Okay, this is where she steps into you, and this is where she's giving her message. And I feel like what she's saying at this point is, there were a lot of things that she wanted to do, and as outgoing and as she was, there were still things that she put a limit on her abilities and things that she could do in life. And I feel like this is what she's talking about with you, because I'm feeling like you're still putting a cap on what you think you're able to do. Do you understand that?
I'm
Okay.
stepping into something.
Okay, because what she's saying is you've got a lot more going for you than you realize, and I feel like what she's saying is she wishes she was alive now because she'd take more chances. Boy, I'm being really wordy with that. She'd take more chances, and she feels like you need to take more chances. So if you're starting to step into something, man, you really got to step into it. And I feel like she's like really pushing you that way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, okay, so I'm just gonna leave you with that, okay? Okay, thank you, everybody.
I always love when you kind of call someone out and then you go, can you relate? Maybe. Oh, are you? Come on. Oh, no. So normally I would maybe give like a small message, but we have a very, very special guest here today. A few of you may have been to an event we had, gosh, it was a month ago, where it was a charity event and the proceeds went to children in Indonesia. And Cindy Keza, who's a very good friend of mine and a phenomenal medium, did the whole charity, raised all these funds, and then flew across to Indonesia and donated the money. And I think it was, she'll tell you the amount. It was a lot, like over 5,000, I believe. So anyhow, I just thought I'd have her just take a minute and just maybe share a little bit about her experience or something she just wanted to say about it, okay? So round of applause for Cindy.
I'm really jet lagged. I just got home yesterday. So. But I just want to validate your message that you gave me because I was just in Indonesia traveling, bringing money to children. So amazing message. Thank you. Where do I begin? I'm not sure which dimension I'm in right now. I've really, over the last few years, you know, a lot of people know that I'm a medium. I've worked with Colby a lot. I've studied a lot over the last 5 or 6 years. And I think for myself personally, I still never quite felt like I was fulfilled. I was like, you know, there's something more to this. I just, Anyway, I got pulled to Indonesia, and I never thought it was a place I would ever go, honestly. And through the process of going there, I've been 5 times, I just kind of realized, and I learned we're all the same no matter where we are in the world. And you can say that out loud. It seems simple to say, but I think for me, I really had to experience it no matter which country you're in, no matter which, financial situation you're in our hearts, we're all the same. And I was really, really moved by, Indonesia is a very, very poor country, but the kindness I was shown in that country and the level of happiness I've seen among those people and people that don't have a lot really helped me to understand myself better, and that happiness doesn't come from exactly what we have outside, it comes from what we have inside. So it's really led me on the spiritual path in a direction I never in my life imagined I would go, especially in terms of religion and learning about religion and studying metaphysics and amongst different religions. So I just want all of you to know from my personal experience, if you know that in your heart and you're thinking, we're all the same, but you haven't quite experienced it, believe it, because it is the truth. And doing charity for me has become a big part of my life and something that really makes me feel fulfilled and happy. And that's what life's about for me, is helping other people, no matter how much you progress in your own career. Amazing. Have goals, strive, but help somebody else, because the second you feel down about yourself in your own life, if you help somebody else, that feeling will go away, I can guarantee you, and that's what life's really about. So thank you for having me, Colby. Thank you for all who came to our fundraiser and donated money. It really went to a good cause. It helped a lot of people, so God bless you all. Thank you. Yeah.
Like all that in a bag of chips, right? How can all that blessing come in one little tiny package? Anyhow, I hope you all enjoyed today. Yes? Did you have a good time? And remember, if you didn't receive a message from your loved one, it's because they do not love you. I'm actually kidding, right? It's we would be here for eons if every single one of us. But just know that hopefully that you can be, have a place of gratitude and happiness that the person next to you or around you received the message, and maybe you can take something away from someone else's message. All right. Again, I want to thank all of you for showing up, for being here. For anyone who donated, I want to thank you. I want to thank the mediums. This cannot be done without the mediums. Anyhow, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Thanks, guys.